Have you ever felt nervous speaking English in real situations? Maybe at work, at school, or even when talking to a new friend? You know all the words, but somehow they just don't come out. Or you listen to someone speaking fast and you feel lost in every sentence. If this sounds familiar, don't worry. You are not alone. Millions of English learners feel the same way. But here's the good news. Fluency is not about knowing every word. It's about practicing smartly, listening actively, and speaking confidently step by step. And today I will show you exactly how. If you're enjoying this practice so far, remember to like this video and subscribe to Best English Podcast. It helps me keep creating lessons like this. I know how frustrating it feels. You study hard every day, memorize vocabulary, practice grammar, but when it's time to speak, it's like your brain freezes. You might even think, maybe I'll never speak English easily. But let me tell you something important. Fluency is not a talent. It is a skill, and like any skill, it grows with the right kind of practice. Every fluent speaker you see today once felt exactly like you. They struggled, hesitated, and even made mistakes in front of others. The key is not perfection, it's steady progress. Even 10 or 15 minutes a day, if focused and intentional, can change your English over time. Small daily habits are more powerful than long hours of irregular studying. Today, I want to guide you through methods that make your learning natural, enjoyable, and effective, so you can feel confident speaking English in real life. Hi, my friend, I'm Sarah, and welcome to another episode of Best English Podcast, the place where we make English learning simple, fun, and part of your daily life. If you're new here, this podcast is all about helping you listen, think, and speak naturally in English, not just in textbooks or classrooms, but in real conversations, at work, in cafes, when traveling, or chatting with friends online. Because English should not feel like a school subject. It should feel like a part of your world. Today's topic is something very close to my heart. How to improve your fluency fast in ways that actually work for you. We'll talk about how to build confidence, how to practice daily without stress, and how to use stories, real-life English, and smart listening habits to make your brain think naturally in English. You see, many learners try to memorize hundreds of words, study grammar for hours, or repeat phrases again and again. But even after all that effort, they still struggle when it's time to actually speak. Why? Because fluency doesn't come only from knowing things. It comes from using them naturally over and over again in a way that feels easy and enjoyable. So in this episode, I want to take you step by step through methods that help you not only understand English, but also feel comfortable using it. We'll start with a few listening strategies that train your brain to hear English clearly, even when people talk fast or with different accents. Then, we'll move on to storytelling, one of the most powerful tools for improving both your listening and speaking skills. You'll see how stories can make vocabulary stick in your memory and make grammar sound natural without you even thinking about it. We'll also go through a special vocabulary review section where we'll highlight real-life expressions, the kind of words that people actually use every day in conversations. These are not boring textbook terms. They're simple, colorful, and alive. You'll learn how to use them naturally when you speak. And because learning is not just about listening, it's about doing. I've prepared a few short practice sections for you too. These will help you train your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence. You'll shadow sentences, repeat after me, and try small challenges that push your English forward, gently but effectively. By the end of today's episode, you'll walk away with a clear understanding of what real fluency means, easy daily habits that fit into your life, and the motivation to keep going, even on days when you feel tired or stuck. So, wherever you are right now, maybe walking, cooking, cleaning, or sitting with a cup of tea, I invite you to relax, smile, and just enjoy this time. Think of it as a friendly chat between you and me, where you're not just learning English, you're living it. Are you ready? Let's dive right in and discover how you can speak English naturally, confidently, and fluently, faster than you ever thought possible. Listening is the foundation of fluency. But not just any listening. It needs to be active and focused. Start with short, interesting audio. This could be a news clip, a short podcast, or even a story. Listen for the main idea first. Don't worry about every word. Ask yourself, what is this about? Who is speaking? What is happening? Next, listen again, this time for details. Pay attention to words, phrases, and expressions that repeat. Notice the tone of voice and speed of speech. Finally, think about connections. How do the sentences link? How do the speakers express feelings, opinions, or facts? This is how your brain starts recognizing patterns in English, which is key for understanding fast conversations. A small daily tip: listen during ordinary moments, while walking, cooking, or commuting. Even 5 to 10 minutes counts. The more you expose yourself to English in natural ways, the faster your brain adapts. Another powerful tool is guessing from context. If you hear a new word, don't stop immediately. Instead, use the surrounding words, the tone, and the situation to guess the meaning. This is exactly how fluent speakers understand English naturally. Stories are magic for language learning. They grab your attention, help you remember vocabulary, and teach natural expressions. Let's practice with a short story. Anna loves to bake. Every morning, she wakes up early to prepare fresh bread. One day, she decided to make a special chocolate cake for her neighbor, Mr. Lewis, who was feeling lonely. She carefully mixed the ingredients, following her grandmother's recipe. The aroma filled her kitchen and made her feel happy. When the cake was ready, Anna walked to Mr. Lewis's house. He smiled warmly, and they shared the cake with tea. They laughed, shared stories, and the small moment made both of them feel joyful. Notice how simple words and natural expressions, carefully mixed, aroma-filled, smiled warmly, make a story lively and easy to understand. Stories like this help you practice listening, imagining, and even speaking in English. Try retelling the story in your own words, or imagine a new ending. This improves fluency and confidence simultaneously. Carefully mixed, to do something slowly and correctly. Example: she carefully mixed the paint for her project. Aroma-filled, a nice smell spread in the air. Example: the aroma filled the kitchen. Smiled warmly, to smile in a friendly and kind way. Example: she smiled warmly at the children. Feeling lonely, feeling sad because of being alone. Example: he was feeling lonely after moving to a new city. Step by step, doing something gradually, little by little. Example: she learned English step by step, small moment, an ordinary but meaningful time. Example: that was a small moment, but it made me happy. Natural expressions, phrases used by native speakers in daily talk. Example: he uses natural expressions in conversation. Guess from context. Try to understand a word from surrounding words. Example: try to guess the meaning from context. Steady progress, small improvements over time. Example: you are making steady progress in your studies. Exposure to English, regularly listening to or reading English. Example: exposure to English helps you learn faster. Actively listen. Focus fully while hearing English. Example: you should actively listen during the lesson. Retell a story. Say a story again in your own words. Example: can you retell a story in your own words? Lively conversation, an energetic and interesting talk. Example: we had a lively conversation at the cafe. Imagine a scene. Picture what is happening in your mind. Example: imagine a scene before writing your story. Share experiences. Talk about personal events or feelings. Example: let's share experiences about our travels. Let's do a short shadowing exercise. Listen to a sentence slowly. Anna carefully mixed the ingredients for the cake. Repeat it out loud exactly as you hear it. Pay attention to the tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. Try guessing new words without using a dictionary. Repeat the sentence 3 times, faster each time. Challenge: try to retell the story of Anna in your own words. Focus on speaking naturally, even if you make small mistakes. This trains your brain to think in English instead of translating from your language. All right, my friend? Now let's move on to something really powerful: real-life English listening. If you want to sound natural and speak smoothly, you need to train your ears with different kinds of English, not just one accent or one style. Think about it. In the real world, people speak in many different ways. Some speak fast, some speak softly. Some use slang, some use formal words. And if you only listen to one type of English, your brain gets comfortable, but not strong. So, what's the secret? It's variety. You need to expose yourself to different voices, different rhythms, and different types of content. Let's go step by step. Start with interviews. They're perfect for hearing real conversations. Natural pauses, fillers like you know or I mean, and question answer patterns. When you listen, notice how people respond. They don't always give perfect grammar answers. They speak with emotion, with small pauses, with connection. That's real English. Next, try documentaries. They help you learn vocabulary about the world, science, nature, history, or travel. When you listen, don't worry if you don't understand every word. Focus on the main idea. The goal is not perfection, it's connection. Then, move to audiobooks. This is my favorite method. Choose a story you already know in your own language. Maybe a childhood story or a simple novel. When you listen to it in English, your brain relaxes because you already know what happens next. That makes it easier to understand the English structure and pronunciation. After that, listen to news reports. They're great for learning formal English, the kind of language you hear in presentations, work meetings, or TV programs. Even if they speak quickly, keep going. You're training your ears to catch rhythm and pronunciation. And if it feels too hard, slow it down or replay small parts. Step by step, your listening power will grow. Finally, one of the best resources, conversational podcasts. Just like this one. Podcasts are full of informal English, idioms, and real expressions that people actually use in daily life. They're not perfect, they're not rehearsed, and that's exactly what makes them valuable. Now, here's a simple activity for you. Choose one short clip, maybe from the news, a podcast, or a YouTube video, about 2 minutes long. Listen once, without stopping. Just try to catch the main meaning, then listen again, this time more carefully. Finally, speak out loud, summarize what you heard in your own words. You can say something like, "The clip was about," or "I heard that." Don't worry about mistakes. The goal is to train your active listening and speaking connection. At first, this will feel challenging. Your brain might say, "It's too fast," or "I don't understand everything." But trust me, this is how your listening grows. Each time you listen, your brain recognizes more patterns, more rhythm, more sounds. Soon you'll notice that even fast English feels easier. Now let's make it even more fun with a story practice. Stories help you connect listening, speaking, and imagination all at once. Here we go. Tom runs a small cafe in the middle of the city. It's a quiet, cozy place, the kind where you can smell fresh coffee and hear soft music playing in the background. One rainy morning, Tom was cleaning the counter when he heard a soft sound near the door. He looked up and saw a small dog standing there, completely wet, shivering, and looking a little lost. Tom smiled. He slowly walked over and said, "Hey there, little one. Are you okay?" The dog wagged its tail but didn't move. Tom opened the door wider and said, "Come in, come on." The dog stepped inside, leaving small wet footprints on the floor. Tom took a towel and gently dried its fur. Then he brought a small bowl of water and placed it near the warm corner of the cafe. The dog drank slowly, then curled up on a soft blanket. Customers came in and smiled when they saw the scene. Everyone loved how peaceful the little dog looked. About an hour later, the door opened again, and a woman ran in, holding a leash. Her face lit up when she saw the dog. "Oh my goodness. You found him," she said, almost crying. Tom laughed softly. "He found me, actually," he replied. The woman thanked him again and again. She said the dog's name was Max, and he had run away during the storm. Tom waved goodbye as they left. Then he looked around his cafe, still smelling of coffee, still warm and full of smiles, and he felt proud. Not just because he helped someone, but because he realized something small. Kindness always comes back. Now, here's your task. Listen to this story again later and repeat each sentence after me. Then try to retell the story in your own words. Add new details. Maybe the dog liked the smell of coffee, or maybe Tom decided to adopt another stray later. The more you use your imagination, the more naturally your words will come out. This is active storytelling practice. It connects your ears, your tongue, and your creativity. And when you practice like this, English stops feeling like a foreign language. It becomes your second voice. So, keep listening, keep speaking, and keep enjoying the process. You're not just learning English, you're living it. You have all the tools to improve your fluency fast: active listening, storytelling, vocabulary practice, and consistent daily exercises. Start today. Pick a short story, a news clip, or a podcast. Listen, repeat, think, speak. Challenge yourself with small goals. Speak to your friends, shadow sentences, or retell stories aloud. Every minute counts. Fluency doesn't come overnight, but steady practice, patience, and fun learning will take you there. Imagine yourself understanding fast conversations, laughing at English jokes, and speaking naturally in real life. Thank you for joining me today on Best English Podcast. Keep practicing, keep improving,